यदा यदा हि धर्मस्य
ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषभ्यो महद्भ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः सर्वोपप्लवरहित प्रज्ञान घन प्रत्यगर्थो ब्रह्माहमस्मि सोहमस्मि ब्रह्माहमस्मि। ओम प्रपन्नपारिजाताय तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। May the Almighty Sri Lord Venkateshwara bestow all kinds of prosperity, health, wealth and eternal happiness with Paripurna Lakshmi Kataksham to you and entire family and friends. Let us begin Srimad Bhagavad Gita 15th shloka 15th chapter. Shri Bhagavan Uvacha Sarvasya Chaham Hridi Sannivishtaha Matta Smritir Jnanam Apohanancha Vedaischa Sarvairahameva Vedyaha Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Chaham. We have completed saying the meaning of the first line of this verse, in which Bhagavan says, I alone exist in all the hearts of the people. There are two kinds of hearts, isn't it? So one is a physical heart, then another is psychological heart. What is the difference between these two hearts? Because whenever we say, heart means here, this is the heart. Bhakshasthalam. It is known as Bhakshasthalam. Okay? This physical heart which helps to purify the body, which keeps on pumping the blood. After getting a bad blood, it converts into a pure blood. But the psychological heart, which is said to be a guha. Guha means what? A cave. Cave means it's known as a buddhi in Sanskrit. Buddhi guha, hridi, hridi samsthitaha, hridi sannivishtaha. In that buddhi guha, the consciousness, which is said to be a pure consciousness, is experienced. So that one meaning we didn't see. Now, mattaha smritihi jnanam apohanancha. With the permission of that consciousness alone, the psychological system and the physical system functions. They function only due to the permission or due to blessing of this consciousness alone. Now, let us think about what happened for the past few verses. We began this 15th chapter with the description of samsara vriksha. Then we got the upayas, the means which are available in order to get the state in which you can slay this samsara vriksha. It was introduced. There are 4 kinds of upayas which we saw in the last session. We saw vairagya, then bhakti, brahma vichara, then sharanagati. These 4 are the great means in order to slay this ajnana vriksha. Then the Brahma Swarupam was explained by the verse number 6. From 7 to 11 we saw Sarvatmaka Bhavam of Ishvara. Ishvara is nothing but the world. The portion in which we are learning the equation between Ishvara and world. Both are unknown to us, but both of them are experienced by us. Even what we call world, nothing but our own experiences. We think that alone is the world. All these experiences are given name as a world. World means which is in the form of experience. But the author of the world, which is in the form of experiencer, it has to be understood. Now when you eat a mango, you become a eater of the mango, and mango becomes an object which is objectified by you. At that time, you can objectify mango which is eaten, and you can also objectify the eater of the mango. Both of them are objectified. Now, one of them is known as insentient prakriti or prapancha. Another is known as sentient prakriti or prapancha. Now, eaten and eater, objectified, objectifier. That's how the world is. World is a combination of these two realities. Seer, seen, objectifier, objectified object, and experiencer, and that which is experienced. Now world means what? Which is experienced in the form of experiencer and experienced. Swamiji is going beyond our head. No, it's very simple. Your world belongs to you. Because world depends on the experiencer. But experiencer thinks I belong to, I depend on the experienced. Both of them are interdependent. So how can we say so? When you see a tree, the tree is an evident to you become a seer. Without any object, without any objectifying job. The action which we objectify, without objectifying anything, you cannot become an objectifier. It is impossible. If you want to become a seer, there must be something to see. By seeing something, you become a seer. Okay? When you see, that object becomes a seen object. That's all. These are all interdependent. The seer was explained as the sentient prapancha from verse number 7 to 11. Now the seen object. What are the seen object? Any object you experience, you are able to experience. They are called world. That's all. Now the world, which is in the form of experience, that experience which takes place after having an object. Therefore, I gave the example of mango. This is very important class in which you should have a little bit patience, and you should be a little bit aware enough to understand. You should be conscious enough to listen what I say. World is only two realities, insentient and sentient prapancha. Now, insentient prapancha, the body has the heart. That heart has the one more heart which is known as Ishvara. Because of that alone, heart is pumping. When a doctor gives a treatment, if he is a cardiologist, he knows how to treat to the heart, but he doesn't know how this heart is beating, why it stops. They know how to connect, how to assemble. They don't know why it works. The answer is given here. Because there is Ishvara. That Ishvara existing in that heart, he makes it beat. Not only with the human body, with all physical, superficial object, it has got a heart in it. In that heart, there is a consciousness. That consciousness which is the base, bedrock of it. Okay, this is the meaning of first line. Then what about the second line? Second line talks about Vedas and Vedantas. Now these are very unique experiences with this explanation, because Vedas are also the part of the world. Okay, Vedas, which are the great constructions of the humanity. Our rishis were fantastic architects, excellent engineers they were. They knew how to construct the life. They found so many varieties of methods in order to construct mantras, the deity for that mantra, meaning which connects with the ultimate goal, but the process which is known as tantra. The tantra which provides, tantra means you don't become afraid of. Tantra means it's a kriya which is performed during the puja. That tantras have their own power to bring security and happiness. That's what we have done with all the temples. The temple is not a physical construction. There is a prana pratishtha which have been done. That prana pratishtha is rejuvenated in everyday basis, in every month basis, and in every year basis, Samvatsara Abhishekam. Then once in 12 years, Brahmotsava. So many utsavas, so many functions, so many varieties of vratas. Everything in order to rejuvenate that entity which is called Bhagavan, Ishvara. It's a proper construction. All of them is because of Veda. Veda provides the knowledge how to construct the temple, how to construct the japa, mantras, how to construct your life. Not only for this life, hereafter too. This mantras construction. They also become the part of the world alone. Bhagavan Krishna is very clear. Because they are in the form of sound, Shabda Pramanam. Now those sounds are the part of the world, but the meaning of those sounds, the fruit which we get through uttering, chanting that mantras, those sounds, we get dharma and we get something which is beyond dharma. When a person chants, when he chants Purusha Sukta or Taittiriya Upanishad or some other Upanishad, some other mantras, he does Ganapati Homa, Gayatri Homa, Purusha Sukta Homa, Shri Sukta Homa, Ayushya Homa, Navagraha Homa. By doing all those homas, he can have a better life in this world. Now the Vedas, which are known nothing but the part of the world, but it gives a kind of nourishment to the world. Those Vedas are nothing but me. That fruit which comes through Vedas, they are also nothing but me. When you go to the temple, you see the deity over there, then you just chant, Shantakaram Bhujagasayanam Padmanabham Suresham Vishwadharam Gagana Sadrusham Meghavarunam Shubhangam Lakshmi Kantam Kamalanayanam Yogi Bhedhyana Gamyam Vande Vishnum Bhava Bhayaharam Sarva Lokaikanatham. Beautiful shloka, isn't it? Then, if you chant Purusha Sukta, Narayana Sukta, you are constructing your life. Going to the temple, you get the benefit which is known as Dharma. That Dharma is nothing but me. Therefore, Vedaihi Sarvaihi Ahameva Vedyaha. I am the person who is known through Vedas. I am the entity who is sought through Vedas. I am the thing which is expected through Vedas. What is that? Dharma. The Veda Purvam, the first portion of Veda which provides Dharma. Any rituals you take, but it requires completely dedicated mind and consciousness. Mind and buddhi, I should say. You have to completely dedicate to that. Whether you have believe the faith of God or not, doesn't matter. When you perform the karma, you have to be focused with that. You will get 100% punya of it. Because I have seen, in many people's life, when they brought a horoscope to me, I suggest for some pujas. I'm not asking them to perform huge yagas, yajnas, homas. Small, simple pujas, simple yagas, but one condition. I don't ask whether they are believer or non-believer of God, atheist or non-atheist of God. Just I say one thing, when you perform, you just believe it. At that time, you have to believe there is someone called Ganapati, there is somebody called Mahavishnu, there is something called Lord Shiva. Just believe, then you perform the action, then you don't believe. That's all. That will fructify proper fruit. That complete dedication. After that, when they got fruit, so some of them were not getting married after 35 years. Some of them were not having children after 10 years of married life. Some of them were drastically ill. Means, the third, fourth stage of cancers. All of them cured. 95% people, they could succeed in their life. Later on they become, believer of God, non-atheist. Who becomes atheist, Who becomes a non-believer of God? He doesn't know how to live a life. There was no environment for him to have belief on God. We have to teach our young generation how to believe on others, how to believe on their own self, how to believe on God. Believing becomes the first step. When you believe Vedas, they will fructify Dharma. That is me. Whatever is sought through Vedas, through Karma Kanda, that is me alone. And what and all, is sought through Vedanta, the second portion of Karma Kanda. That Vedanta is nothing but me, Bhagavan says it. Vedanta. Do you know why it is said as Vedanta? There are 4 Vedas which we know very clearly. Rig Veda, Yajur Veda, Sama Veda, Atharva Veda or Atharvana Veda. Every Vedas are divided into 2 portions. The first portions are called Karma Khandas or Prathama Bhagaha, Veda Purvaha, Veda Purvam. The second portion, which is said as a second part of Dvitiya Bhagaha or Veda Uttara Bhagaha or Veda Antaha. Anta means last, the ending portion. Now Vedanta means the ending portion of Vedas. Antaha has got one more meaning, which means the essence of Vedas. Now Vedanta means what? Essence of entire Vedas. These Vedantas, which are also called Upanishads. Now Bhagavan says that Upanishad is me. Vedanta Krit Veda Videva Cha Aham. I am one who created the Vedas. I am one who pursued the Vedas. I am one who is achieved through Vedas. Everything is me. Ahameva. Ahameva Vedavidh. I am the student of Vedas. I am the knower of Vedas. Everything is me. It means what? The world and the Ishvara is the same. We believe the world is separate than Ishvara. So all these things logically established in the chapter number 13, and especially about Ishvara, we saw very elaborately in the chapter number 7, 9, 10, 11. Even in the 12th chapter, we saw how to communicate with the Ishvara. Vedas are the solid means to get rid of samsara. So Bhagavan began from Ashwatha tree, means the tree of samsara. That samsara can be slayed with the knowledge of Vedanta. There where Bhagavan concludes. So with this shloka, Bhagavan has concluded the topic of Sarvatmaka Bhava. Now you may ask the question, Swamiji, how can we utilize Vedas in our life? Just to go to the temples. That's all. You begin your life from there. I have already told, I think, in the last sessions, not, a few sessions before, I told you have to begin your life from temple. You have to make all the decision from your temple. You have to fix your goal being in the temples. So temple is the physical expansion of Vedas. You can see even that tower, Gopuram, which symbolizes the words of Vedantas, concept of Vedas. You just keep going, then you chant the mantras which are prescribed over there. There are books, innumerable books are available. Just you get some books through, some books means which talks about the temple, which talks about the upasana of puja, method of temple. Then you study Bhagavad Gita. Keep studying Bhagavad Gita. There are many acharyas now, So I don't say that you have to only study through me. I am a small instrument for Vedanta. There are great legendaries available in the form of teachers, acharyas in every city. You just go and study Vedanta a little bit, then you will come to know the glory of Veda Purvam, means Karma Khanda. The karma is a magic. Karma is a fantastic blessings. The karma theory I am telling, which helps me to convert every karma into dharma. Now Bhagavan has completed. Vedanta brings the solution. Vedanta introduces everything, what you are, what is the world, and what exactly the Ishvara is, and what is the connection between you and Ishvara, what is the connection between the world and the Ishvara, and what is the connection between world and you. So all connections have been done equation. All of them are equated. Finally what? I am the Jagat. I am the Ishvara. That's all. That is the understanding. Therefore, we don't say I am Jagat. We say Aham Brahmasmi. I am Ishvara. Aham Brahma Asmi. So I am nothing but Ishvara means immediately the person, one who becomes the knower of Brahman, he won't proclaim it, I am Ishvara. So all people do namaskara to me. It seems to be he is occupied or veiled by utter ignorance. No. He won't utter a word, just he will enjoy the living. Okay, that's what the meaning of this verse. So Bhagavan has completed. Then from next words, Bhagavan is going to give the meaning of the word Purushottama. As I told you in the beginning itself, we are going to see the meaning later on. Okay, that's what is beginning. Let us read it. Dvavimau Purushau Loke Ksharaschakshara Evacha Ksharas Sarvani Bhutani Kotastho Uchyate. We will see these words from next session tomorrow. Harihi Om. My blessings and prayers to all to get all kinds of Lakshmi Kataksha. Harihi Om. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om. 'Om. 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 'Om.